everyone. As usual, we speak at the same time. It's welcome to a special edition of Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon!
and me, Banshee. We're in quite a mood today, and
Yes, it's a sneaky kind of humor, isn't it?
we've been thinking a lot about, we've had some success with our Brexit videos, and we've done some prognostications that are a bit more global, but we really haven't focused a lot on the U.S. at all.
Why would that be?
Well, I think for some good reasons. Things are a little bit hot under the collar in our country right now, and we don't want to, stress people out. But what we want to do is maybe do a reading where we look at 2020 and what might be up for the United States in 2020 on a very general level and on a very objective level. We're going to try to let the cards just speak.
So we are, in fact, going to do some really general, broad kind of questions, but we do hope that this reading, like our Brexit readings, will spur maybe a little conversation, spur some ideas back to us, and then we will elaborate perhaps on some of those questions as maybe some of the things start to take focus in the year.
And of course, how we interpret the cards, other people may look and see something different in what we lay out. So we certainly welcome, comments back. Did you drop something? When he drops a card, we say what falls to the floor comes to the door. What is it? It's the Ace of Wands reversed.
It could have been the other way. I don't know. Maybe I picked it up the wrong way.
Well, you picked it up, Mr. O, so you can tell me what it means.
Here's what it means. It means I should hold on to those cards a little bit better when I shuffle.
We are going to let that go. However, that does seem to think we're off to a rather rough start to the year. And as a matter of fact, that's kind of what the Ace of Wands is about. False starts or, maybe bad planning, things of that nature. So we're going to do a 5-card reading. Well, it's actually a 6-card reading because there is a focus theme card. So I'm going to shuffle, and then I'm going to give them to Mr. O, and he will shuffle and cut the cards.
And so we have our studio set up slightly different today.
Yes.
So you'll notice a tighter camera focus on us with our main camera and a different wall hanging behind us.
We have downsized it a little bit. Can't always put up the big elaborate set. Not that it is that much more elaborate, really. But it's all about the cards in the reading anyway. So basically, we're going to look at some very general issues and just see what's going on in America. This is not about the elections per se. We'll see if anything comes up. Whoops. So the first card I'm going to draw is the Focus Theme card. The Focus Theme card is monumental.
Change. Fundamental change.
It's transformation. This is the theme for the year, is we're trying to figure out
with the old, in with the new.
How to change.
You saw a shuffle. We did not stack the deck.
It's amazing. That's just amazing. Okay, so the first card is like one of the most monumental cards in the major arcana.
It's the focus of the year. The year
It is
will be
the
about
focus
how
of the year.
we will go through a death struggle and be reborn. How we will transform ourselves by deep change, by understanding what has happened and what is to become.
And the first card, we're going to look and see what's up with the economy. Am I putting that one up here, right?
Guess you could do it that way.
We'll do it that way.
Ooh, so what do we have there, Banshee?
We have the 8 of Wands reversed. Oh my goodness. Do you know what
Sounds
that's
like that
telling
means
me?
it's going to stall.
That tells me it's going to stall. It may not totally downturn, but there's definitely going to be a stall of some sort with the economy this year. Some stagnation, not growth.
It almost sounds like maybe it just had a quick start and then it just failed. So
Well, I'm not going to say fail,
energy lack.
but it's like flat line, flat.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's
flat.
not necessarily a static condition for the entire year, but it is something that's going to happen that we'll be focusing. Next.
Okay, number 2 is going to be global relations, U.S. global relations.
Do you mean that this is how we act with the world or how the world
And
acts
actually, I was
with
going to
us?
put that down here, but yeah.
Which is it?
Well,
it sounds
it's
to me
U.S.
like a bit
global relations, and I am thinking
A
that
harshness.
this is harshness and some cruelness almost to a point,
This
and
is judgment without any compassion.
that's pretty much it. This is the King of Swords reversed, and he's really meting out maybe his own sense of justice, this king.
Could be.
So this is for the U.S. in general. So this could be with U.S. relations. Obviously, it's governmental, so it's U.S. policy. Not liking this so far. So number 3 is weather, climate change. And where should I put that one? Like, I don't even know anymore.
Well, I'm going to say that the last one
Here?
should probably cover the focus card. So put those 2 on the arms.
Here?
Yes.
Okay. So weather, climate, not climate change, the climate
Did we
and
reverse
the
the
weather.
order? Or we didn't?
No. Oh, we did. We did. This is actually social concerns.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, but I guess it would have made sense.
It would have
with
made
the
sense
climate.
the other way too, now that I think about it. But I really do think you're right. I'm sorry. I
That's okay. I just
did
want
the
to remind
spread wrong.
you. Well, it's less than starry.
I don't know why we're not taking this more seriously. It's
The
been a long
social
day.
concerns show that maybe there'll be a general wave of unease based around the fact that there will be a sense of helplessness. There will be a sense that people will be having hard times and will not know where they can turn to.
Some people aren't, doing well with coping with things that are happening. Whether maybe the downturn in financials is going to affect people. Maybe, working towards this big change is going to upset a lot of people. There is definitely some stress and pessimism. Pessimism about the future, I think.
Yes, that could definitely be indicated by that.
Okay, so this card is social concerns. My apologies.
No, it's weather.
Oh,
Go on, just say it.
this is weather and climate. And it's the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And to me, that's Earth. That is, Pentacles are Earth. And it's the Ace, and it just sounds like it's a downturn, as far as climate goes this year. There is going to be some upheavals.
Well, the other thing, too, could be that a lot of people have been talking about how much sheer money and resources it's going to take to affect weather and climate outcomes. And maybe this is saying that this is just not going to really be enough, or that it's not going to be helpful, or that there's going to be a delay in pulling that together.
And I'm going to go out on a slight limb here. It could be an earthquake as well.
Ooh.
Do you think that's possible?
I don't feel that, but I'm not really good with the weather prognostication.
Well, that's more geologic, but yeah. I don't know why. When I saw that hand and it's holding it that way, I thought maybe, there'd be some shaking and rattling with the earth going on. It
But
just came to
we
me.
put that in the weather climate.
Yeah, we did.
We need like another one for geology. Never mind.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. But I just feel that could be possible.
Maybe it's talking about erosion.
It could be.
That's usually caused by weather.
Maybe it's talking about barren earth fire. Moving on, as this gets better. So now we've got the 5th card, and I'm putting it over that. This is threats, danger, or opportunities for us. Depending on the type of card, whether it's positive or negative, we'll see what's crossing. on top. And actually, that's the way I pulled it. Well, that's positive. It seems like there will be some cause for celebration.
Right, it does look that way. Like maybe within this year or by the end of the year, there will be some achievement that is represented by a joyous celebration. So maybe this is really good news, not only for the U.S., but maybe also for the world too.
It sounds like a rough year overall, yet
Sure.
we have this card at the end that kind of brings us back. And that is not to say that the death card is bad either for change or transformation. That can be very good.
There's
It's
a
just that
heavy karma feel with that
there,
card wherever it falls.
that's true. That is true.
Hmm.
But, sometimes change is needed.
Well, I think this is interesting too because I guess you want to guide this to keeping it within the U.S., which of course is the point of the reading.
Right.
So maybe this would say that, come the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of celebrating because of the changes that occur. The change that occurs will cause people also to feel
That's
better.
the only thing that I can look at here and wrap my head around because the
Some of the other cards look like there's some trials and tribulations
there's trials
for
and
us.
tribulations. Do we want to wrap this up since we were a little
Yes.
goofy? So, let's go through this really quickly and wrap
Sure.
it up. So, basically, especially since I messed up the order, my apologies.
Don't do it again.
So I won't do it again. So, the focus theme for the U.S. in the 2020 is going to be major change and transformation.
Big change.
Big change. And then the second card is U.S. global relations, and it looks as though, or the economy,
Stalling.
it's stalling.
Eight of Wands reverse shows somehow just sluggishness. Like somehow after a good start, it just sort of got really turgid.
Yeah. So something is going to happen that's going to rock the economic world a little bit, I think, at least in the U.S. Then this is U.S. global relations, and we had this King of Swords who was reversed, and it just seems as though, there's not going to be a lot of good diplomacy going
Bad
on for
decisions,
sure.
harsh judgments.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
sort of like my way or the highway thinking.
yeah, too much bad cop, not enough good cop.
I like that. Okay. And so then here we were on social concerns. Messed that up, but got this one right. Social concerns are pessimism and like worries about the future.
Right, hopelessness for a lot of people. People not able to see where change is coming or feel inspired to be a part of the change.
Yeah. And then finally is the weather climate. And the weather climate is, well, it just looks kind of topsy-turvy, as if, there's going to be some difficulties. We're going to encounter some extremes.
Right. I mean, in general, Pentacles maybe are a proxy for the planet itself in a way. This could be signaling that there is just really going to be some big weather problems in the U.S. of A. So we want to take care. I mean, it doesn't...
It could cost us money. In other words, could there be hurricanes? Could there be some type of, thing that's going to cause a drain on our resources?
Although Banshee mentioned the possibility of an earthquake, this does not mean a disaster per se, but it does mean that there is some sort of downturn in these matters.
And then finally, the threats, danger, or opportunities. And it looks as though parties, I don't know, I don't want to say party like it's 1999, but, it looks like there's going to be some cause to celebrate. I'm thinking this is probably
We
going to...
get our changes together and we
Yeah.
can party.
I think that's going to take the better part of the year before we see that, but I could be wrong. Maybe something is going to happen during the year that will bring a big celebratory spirit back.
Alrighty then.
And that's what we have for the U.S. This is our first foray into this, so...
This is our first one, and we do definitely want more, so please leave us a comment or please talk to us during our live stream. Send us letters, go to our Twitter or Facebook and talk with us, because tell us what you think and tell us what else you want to know, what other questions we can ask.
Yes, ignore the muddling around we did here. We apologize doing this for the first time. We were kind of giddy because, we have been wanting to do this. So let us know what you think. And if you have questions, we really want to avoid things that are going to, how should I say, rile people up, antagonize people, because we know there's a lot of division in our country right now. We just want to take nice general questions and see what the tarot has to say about them.
That's right. So this is TFT, Tarot for Today.
Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. And we'll see you next time.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
It's Banshee and Oberon again, and we decided we wanted to throw a little afterthought into the U.S. video that we did on Monday.
Last night.
Yeah, last night.
This is a day later, and we've been thinking about it.
This is Tuesday, January 7th. We did it Monday, January 6th. And so, I just wanted to make mention of the fact that little did I know, in one of the cards that I pulled, I mentioned something about feeling the earth shake, and I felt that there could be an earthquake coming. And then the next day, this morning, we found out there was an earthquake in Puerto Rico.
And you said that literally as you were holding that card, the reversed Ace of Pentacles. You said you felt that. So we decided to look at those cards that we read in that reading.
Yeah, we know we were very, very short with our reading. We were trying to be very general, but in retrospect, there were some very powerful cards in this reading, and I think we need to explore this more in depth. So what we're going to do in upcoming videos is we're going to take each card and each position and do a reading on that, to give a little bit more detail as to what's going on. Like, for example, we said the economy was stagnating. We're going to take a look into that and see exactly what that's about. The theme was death.
Transformation.
So I think we need to look into what that was about.
But basically expounding on all of those key points with more questions, more thoughts related to that.
Yeah. And so, we know we were very abrupt, and we weren't actually quite prepared. I think when we did it, I kind of muddled some of the positions of the reading up because I just kind of threw those ideas together.
We didn't spend enough time working on the format of the reading.
No, we did not. So, and we want to do this due diligence because it's important to look at what's ahead for the U.S. We took a lot of time, in dealing with the Brexit issue for Great Britain and the European Union. And so we'd like to do the U.S., justice here.
Do it right.
So stay tuned. There will be more videos coming, and we hope you enjoyed the one we did do and that you have some comments to make about it. But
Bye.